Hello, good morning. It's 10:30 a.m. I don't know why I'm saying it. Here in the UK, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are at this moment, at time in this historic moment. Today is the 11/11/2023, 11/11, the magic portal open of manifestation. But today I'm not going to talk about manifestation. Today I want to talk about what does it mean to be human? Why is it so important to reconnect to our core as being human, especially now in this time? So a couple of weeks ago, I watched something with Sadhguru. And he said something very, very, very wise. He said, look, we are human beings and not human doing. And what does that mean in a broader content? Meaning that in modern society, with the capitalistic system we are all entangled in, involuntary, I would say we are entangled in it involuntary, that we are always forced to do something, right? It's like you have to wake up, you have to do your meditation, do your yoga, have your shower, check your email, go communicate with people, go on your social media, go to work, earn money, pay your bills, look after your children, walk your dog, feed your animals, do, and then at 10 or midnight or whatever time you collapse because your body is physically exhausted. And how many of us live in really the dream life? Meaning, how many of us do what we really want to do, what we are told to be doing? Many of us, including myself, doing some job to pay the bills, right? To survive. This is what it is. It's just to survive. But is that what it means to be a human being, to just survive? To do the work, to do things we don't really feel aligned with, to just to pay bills or to make someone else a profit? Is that what it means to be human being? I bet to the difference. So in my philosophy, in my understanding over the last 50 years, is that we as humans, we are profoundly animals, mammals, right? We are mammals. Let's really break it down to the core. We are mammals, and like the other mammals in the world, we give birth and we have sexual encounter to reproduce and also for joy. And we are here to yes, we are here. The profound meaning of life is to survive. I agree with that in terms that we have to provide for the fundamental needs what we need, which is shelter, food, love, warmth, and social interaction, right? Now, social interaction comes with compassion, with tolerance and acceptance. Like, all the racism, we are not born as a racist, right? We not, you come out of the womb and say, I'm a racist. This is programmed, right? And so many other things are programmed or passed on, right? I mean, racism is passed on, right? From generation to generation to generation. Dislike of a different culture, of a different religion, this is passed on. because if we go to the core of any religion, it's all about love and not killing, right? And that's why any war in the name of God, it can lie and have nothing to do with religion per se, okay? And throughout centuries, I mean, if you look at the current um, disaster in the Middle East, for if you go back into history and what I heard from rabbis and imams alike, two different religions used to live together in peace. So there's a higher agenda to disturb this harmony. Now, we as humans, we are gifted. That's what different us to animals. We have the privilege of free will. And the privilege of free will means we have the privilege to think about the options or what is has been told is right or wrong. We have the privilege to really go deeper and question the narrative. But obviously, at the other hand, through the capitalistic system, we now experience a complete different meaning of survival, meaning we are forced to do things we don't like in order to keep our fundamental needs, which is shelter, clothing, and food. And this can result to that we are forced to make profit for other people and are used to be slave, right? And slavery has existed for centuries. For I mean, in the original big civilization, ancient civilization, they used slave. And then my question again is the theory about aliens or extraterrestrials coming to us and to DNA manipulation to create a higher group and to create the lower group, which can be used as slaves. But this is something you have to decide. And then again, even if that theory say it was correct, okay, we've been created to be slaves by aliens. Yeah, let's go along with this. We still have the free will to question the narrative and say, well, maybe, but I refuse to be a slave. And you see, when there's a big conflict like it's happening in the Middle East, you can actually see, and today it's gonna happen on big scale and all around the world, that actually we as a human can come together and say enough is enough, right? We as a human, we can come together and say, no, this is not right. We as a human can come together and say, no, this is not humanly right. This is against anything what being human stands for. Now, there are natural disasters like earthquakes, etc., and this I consider it's a natural death, right? I mean, it's not only affecting human, it affects nature and animals, etc. And this is nature recreating itself. And sometimes, and please don't take it in the wrong way, sometimes there has to be a clearing out. Now, historically, we used to be hunter and gatherers and moved around the land, and therefore no one owned a land. Instead, we were sharing the resources given to us by Mother Nature, right? And then at some point in history, we claimed ownership of a piece of land, and then we defended it and started to kill each other. Now, I do understand in modern time, again, we have the need to have shelter, safety, warmth, food, right? But I do also believe there's enough resources, enough land, enough food provided to us that we can share and that we don't have to fight about it and kill each other. Having said that, I mean, you don't even have to go so far to fight over land like in war, like it happened Russia, Ukraine, or Gaza, Israel, and West Bank, Gaza, and Israel. It's not a religious war; it's a war about land, right? But how many of you have problems with your neighbor? How often do you hear stories, conflict about a hedge not being cut correctly, or a fence put up too high, or one moved 1 centimeter too far into my land, if you want to put it, or in his land, and then you have the big conflict. Now, is there a need to that? When has it got the concept of sharing? Why is it so impossible for us to just simply share what there is? On the other hand, you see a lot of neighbors coming together and sharing. So to summarize, I strongly believe that being human means to share, being human means to love, being human means to accept, to tolerate the difference between cultural differences, in religious differences. And if we go to the core of religion, every religion is about peace and loving and not about killing and fighting over land. There's no, in the concept, we are a nation of humans. We are a nation of being the same, being one, being human. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is or where you actually come from and I'm not saying what country, I'm saying maybe what climate zone, and I do believe a solution would be that we going back to the root of smaller communities maybe, you know, and and really start questioning the narrative of capitalism and and to question if it's worth it to be working your life off for someone else's profit. And today it the 1111 portal, I'm asking you today really look around you and look within you and ask yourself, how do I deal with strange people from different continents? How do I perceive my neighbor next door? How often are you gossiping or talking about other people and looking at their failure or their, how you say, they're not in your aligned perception? And is it so important to have an opinion? Or is it just simply as it is, and can you not just let it be? People let be how they want to be. obviously there are certain aspects we have to integrate if we live in a society, and we are living in a society. We have neighbors, we have, people around us. Like, if you have a neighbor who is an elderly woman, you're gonna play your drums all day, right? And noise. Or if you have neighbors who have children, you're gonna wanna just, do things what's not suitable for children. It's like this living together in peace means also sometimes to take a step back and say, okay, well, would have been very selfish of me, and it goes both ways. Tolerance. Tolerance is such an important word. Tolerance to accept other people's way of life, yeah, but also live your way of life without forcing your way of life onto other people. Okay, you can live a quiet life. You can live a peaceful life by tolerating the difference and tolerating and accept the difference within you. I'll give you a little example. I live in a village, and uh, it's a white English village. And because I am in England, in the north of England, so there is not a lot of immigration, especially my little village is too small. There are no jobs for people to move up here to work in this village. But having said that, it's preoccupied white English people, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, it's just that it is. And I'm from Austria. We have one colored family in this village, and then we have my friend who comes from the Middle East, who is a foreigner as well in the village. And I know people are talking about us, and I know people are thinking we are strange and we are different, yet there is no negative, um, there's no any negative taste with it. And I always say, yeah, people think we are strange because we are coming from a different background. But having said that, people are very open and friendly and welcoming at the same time. They don't judge me, and even if they judge me, they don't judge me in my face, right? And they don't make me feel uncomfortable living where I'm living. I don't know if they like me. I'm personally keep myself very much to myself, but they don't tell me, oh, get out of our village because you're not from here. And this is what means living together with different cultures. You might find it different and strange and weird and unreal and, hey, why are they doing this? But if you that doesn't mean you judge them or you that doesn't mean you're racist. It's just you don't know, you have an experience, and you might be curious. And it's so important sometimes that we take on what we don't know. We just be an observer and not a judge. Be an observer and not a judge, and allow people to practice their faith, their culture, their joy for whatever they do if they are strange or different. Observe, you might learn something which can enhance your life. As I said again, Mother Earth has given humanity enough land, enough food, enough shelter for us to share it all. There is no reason to fight. There is no reason to become greedy. There's no reason to someone owns all the land and other people have to work for that person as a slave just to live in a cave or in a cottage. And having realized that and coming together, being human, because we are human, we are here to love. We are here to show compassion. We as human are here to share, to help, to motivate, to accept, to tolerate, to learn, to grow. And most importantly, and I keep bending on and on and on, we are here to heal our past. And I'm talking about the past of the last 100 centuries. We are here to do ancestor healing. We are here to, because we have the wisdom, we have the free will, we have learned of the mistakes of the past. Now we need to heal the mistakes of the past. And so we can move forward and share the land, the food, the love, the care, the human heart, and reconnect to the core of being human. In that sense, beautiful people, if you want to wish something powerful today, at the manifestation portal 1111, maybe you consider to wish that humanity finds the light, the heart, the connection of being human again, and that we all come together, and there are no borders, and there are no ownership, and there are no greed and profit and slavery. Instead, we're just together as humans at the most beautiful planet there is, looking after ourselves with love and compassion, sharing the daily bread and sharing the land, the God-given, the source-given, the universe-given planet Earth, and the resources we have, and create peace between each other. And you can simply start today by appreciating your neighbor, sending love and compassion, by thinking, sometimes put yourself in the other person's shoe. Why are they like that? Where's this trauma, hate, anger coming from? And learn to heal it. Let's heal. And let's reunite as humans. Thank you much for listening. Have a beautiful Saturday. Lots of love and peace. Love you all.